Just a little treat to enjoy later, Reed said. For my wife. And baby. He flashed his big-toothed grin as though nothing bad would ever happen again. Paloma opened the bag and inhaled the sugary aroma. Reed chuckled as he folded his large body back into his chair and leaned in, eagerness lighting up his face. When's the due date? For some reason, she couldn't remember. She knew the date marked something else, something that made her nervous. The doctor says I'm due... She stopped and took a sip of ice water, trying to shake off the apprehension. If we count the months from your last period, wouldn't it be around April? Reed drew closer, the lunch crowd noise closing in around them. She nodded. Her memory jogged. The baby's due April 21st. As soon as she said it, she remembered. April 21st was her mother's birthday. Paloma gagged. The smell of a pastrami sandwich the ponytailed guy at the next table was wolfing down, eliciting sudden nausea. You okay? Yeah, she said. Just feeling queasy. She picked up a napkin and wiped her forehead. I guess my hormones are kicking in. Reed's eyebrows shot up. They are? That's a good thing. You never felt any morning sickness before. He beamed at her, his conviction reeling her in. You're right. Maybe her vision of the dead sparrow was about something else. Or maybe it meant nothing at all. Sure I am, Reed said with utter finality. Manny's impatient voice burst through an open window as he called out their number and rang the counter's bell 5 times in a row, then, impatiently, 5 more times. Reed stood up and raced back into the deli. But as he brought back his tuna on rye and her turkey sandwich, he gripped the bright orange tray like a little kid who was afraid everything might crash to the ground at the slightest misstep. Paloma held her sweaty glass to her forehead. Thank you. She ignored the foreboding that sank into her gut. Reed bit into his sandwich and chewed with gusto. Paloma watched him, envious of, but also heartened by, his ability to believe in the future. She reminded herself that happiness was not going to turn into tragedy the second she allowed herself to trust it. Noticing a dab of tuna on Reed's chin, she smiled as she reached over to wipe it off. Don't worry, Reed winked. Our kid can't ever be as sloppy as I am. I wouldn't bet on that. Your messy gene runs pretty deep. She had missed their silly bantering. They hadn't been this playful with each other since the last pregnancy, but his jokes and her bursts of laughter had dissipated over time. She wagered, though, that most couples eventually lose sight of what first brought them together. Reed patted her hand. It is going to work out this time, Paloma. Paloma smiled, then took a bite of her sandwich. Maybe Reed was right. Everything would be okay. The future did not have to be defined by the past.